The next speaker in the lineup is Namita Shukla. She's a final year student of mathematics and computing. She has full-time offers from Public Sapient and Visa as a software developer. She is here to spread her uh, spread her knowledge and her insights about how you should crack an off-campus placement offer or placement offer. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, am I audible, Ram? Am I
Yes,
audible?
ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So hi, I'm Namita, and I recently interned with Morgan Stanley, and I'm placed at Visa and Publicis Sapient as introduced by Sanskriti. So I'm here to give you some insights about off-campus internships and placements and how to crack them. So I believe that applying off campus is very, very important since you cannot just crack your dream company in one go. Plus, most of the colleges have one placement policy. So since you already have one job offer, you cannot apply on campus. So it becomes really important. Let's start. I've prepared a few points. I would want this to be more interactive. So I'll just quickly wind up my points and then I'll be open for questions. Okay. So as Dharna mentioned, the first and the foremost would be a very structured CV. She mentioned some very good templates, so do follow them. And do make sure that the templates have skills and languages sections separately because the recruiters search on the basis of that. That's a very important filtering criteria for for recruiters because they receive a bulk of resumes. They cannot possibly read all your projects, all your achievements. They just put the keywords like if they require Python or Java, they just put that keyword. So be sure to put all the keywords and all the um, skills and languages properly with correct spelling, of course. And the main thing is that you should resonate that CV with your LinkedIn profile. Now, if you don't already have a LinkedIn profile, build it and resonate your CV with the LinkedIn profile. So the LinkedIn has all the sections which a CV has. They have skills, they have languages, they have projects, they have awards, honors, achievements, and everything. So be sure to resonate all that. And there's a thin line between owning your achievements and bragging about them. So be sure to maintain that line. Just like if you not if you like let me give me an example. If you've got selected in top 50 students nationwide, okay, so you just have to write that. Don't write anything. Don't go over the board. Okay, so because all the recruiters, they know the processes of other companies, they know about the competitions, so lying can look really bad on your profile. Okay, and the main thing is ask for recommendations and endorsements for your skills from your peers and from your colleagues. Like if you've interned with some company before, ask for recommendations from your manager or from your colleagues or your teammates. And just don't be shy. Okay, the first key is don't be shy. If you worked hard for something, and asking for a recommendation won't look bad. Everyone does it, and you have to be upfront. Okay, yeah, you have to be upfront in building connections as well. Like if you go to hackathons, if you go to connect meets, and there are a lot of other technical talks, talk to people, build connections, because you never know, they might help you get a referral from some company, because you have to do it off campus. Applying off campus is not as easy. It's not on campus you get companies coming in, but off campus you have to go to the company. Okay, so you have to be upfront, you can't be shy. Okay, and that's about it. So the LinkedIn profile should be really crisp and really well organized, and just switch on the section. There's a section on LinkedIn that you're looking for jobs, so that's only visible to the recruiters, so do switch on that. Okay, and put a very crisp one liner for your profile. So in LinkedIn there's a one liner that comes, so put a very crisp one liner. Okay, so if you're a student at Delhi Technological University, write that. If you are a machine learning enthusiast, if you've interned with some company before, do mention that. Okay, and the very most important point that I really want to highlight is that I learned through my own experience was don't blindly apply on career pages of the companies. Okay, so what happens is that if you're asking for a referral, like what I did was I applied on Amazon's career page. And when I asked for a referral, I wasn't eligible for it because I had already applied without the referral code on the career page. So if you are really sure that you cannot get a referral from that company, then only apply on the career page, because chances of getting selected from the career pages are very, very low. Okay, so don't blindly apply. People do that a lot. Like I've seen my friends doing it. Everyone just applied they just opened all the websites of all the companies and blindly kept applying. So don't do that. Okay, just don't. So I've already mentioned about building connections. So just build connections on all the tech meetups, all the hackathons everywhere, and do make sure to be connected on LinkedIn. And coming to the main point, the process. Okay, so the preparation point of view is the same as on-campus thing. Okay, but there comes a plus point and a negative point. Okay, so the plus point would be that there is no baseline that the interviews have for off-campus processes. Okay, so what happens on campus interviews is that there are 2 rounds or there are 3 technical rounds and then 1 HR. Everything is fixed. But here in off campus there are more rounds. That's the negative point, that there are more rounds. But you have to take that as a positive, take that in a positive sense, that if you have more number of rounds, you have more number of times to prove yourself. Okay, so what happens sometimes that is, if you have given 3 rounds with some company, okay, and if you screw up your 1 round a little bit, that company might give you another 4th round to redeem yourself. That doesn't happen in the cases of on-campus interviews. So that's a very good point. And I think Gul mentioned about system designing not being that important. Yeah, it is not important for on-campus things, but for off-campus, I've interviewed with 3 companies off-campus, and all of them asked a variety of questions on system designing. So do not ignore system designing when you're applying for off-campus. So, and in off-campus, you have a lot of time. It starts in December. It starts from December end. So you do have a lot of time to prepare. So you, in August, the on-campus drive starts. So you're already brushed up with DSA core subjects. And if you've, so after that, you can start with system designing and start with more mock interviews. So that's there. And I've prepared a small list of drives that happen. Okay. So there's this LinkedIn Winterthon that happens. It happens in January and the applications come out in November. So make sure to apply over there. So if you win the hackathon, you get an internship offer from LinkedIn. But even if you don't win and if you stand out in some way, still also you get an opportunity to interview with them. Like I got an opportunity from LinkedIn to interview. And then my favorite and how I got through was Visa Codeway. Okay, so Visa Codeway, the test happens in November. It's on HackerEarth. So do turn on your notifications on HackerEarth, because that's how I got to know about it. So it happens on HackerEarth, and if you get through, then they call you on campus to take interviews. And Microsoft also conducts rounds. Then there's DE Shaw. DE Shaw, you can ask for a referral, but I personally got a mail from DE Shaw. So that's there. And even Amazon has off-campus recruitments, Google, Adobe for Women, and JP Morgan Chase. That's the drives that I know of. If anyone else knows the drives, they can put in, they can add it to the list for the other people to know. And for other companies, you have to rely on referrals highly. So that's it from my side, and I'm open to questions. You're not audible, I think. You're not audible.
Hi, ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that talk. I think we all learned a lot of new things and that we did not know of. So thank you so much. There are a couple of questions that I'll quickly go through. So, ma'am, one question that came up very frequently was, can you name, like you mentioned, the portals for the companies, the company-specific portals, any general career portals that one can apply to?
I personally did not. I see, the most reliable resources would be the career pages of the company only. Because if you like have a middle vendor or something, your process becomes more like difficult. It becomes more like varied. So just stick to the career portals and just DM the HRs on LinkedIn. Yeah, I forgot to mention that point. Yeah, so you have to be upfront. You have to message the recruiters on LinkedIn with your introduction. Prepare a small introduction and your resume link, and just message to HRs on LinkedIn. Don't be shy while doing that. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, one more question was, where should everybody study system design from? Any specific resources or?
Yes, very good question. So I personally studied it from Gaurav Sen's videos. Okay, a lot of people suggest Gaurav Sen's videos, but I would suggest that don't watch the whole series. They have 20, 25, and it's more for experienced people. So just watch 5-6 videos, the first 5-6 videos of Gaurav Sen, and then jump onto object-oriented based system designing. So that's what is expected from freshers. Object-oriented. I'll just message me on LinkedIn, whoever asks this question, Namita Shukla, my profile. I'll send you the resources over there. I have a lot of resources lined up for system designing. I can share it through Climb YouTube page as well.
Okay, sure, ma'am. Ma'am, one more question was, if somebody hasn't done a lot of hackathons or a number of internships, how do they look for connections on LinkedIn or referrals? You know, I mean, how to build that network if one hasn't been to a lot of meetings or interactions, tech interactions.
Okay, so colleges, you have a lot of seniors. So like even if you not talk to a senior, our college network is so strong that even if you never talk to that senior will never say no to you for a referral. That's what I've got to know from my experience, that seniors never say no to you. So you can always go to your seniors. And I would highly recommend for people to attend talks. There are a lot of tech talks. Like I recently attended a Google Connect session with Sanskriti, who is one of the organizers. So yeah, there are a lot of tech talks that happen. So do attend all those. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, one other question which came was that did you practice any mock interviews for the off-campus interviews, or did you take any mock interviews, and if one has to, where can they go to, or any resource?
So that's a good question. So about mock interviews. So me and my friends have started a mock interview series. Like we are a team of 20 people that we have started taking free mock interviews from people. So you can find the link to register on my LinkedIn profile. And I did take mock interviews from my seniors. I didn't use any website or anything, but I asked my seniors to interview me. So that's what we are doing for our juniors. So every company, name any company, and we'll have a person placed over there, and that person will simulate the interview experience for that particular company. So yeah. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. I think we'll share that link with the attendees. Ma'am, just one last question that we had, and people have been asking that you know how do core branches fare in off-campus placement / internships? I mean, not just the coding branches, but do the core branches also have a chance at off-campus placements?
Yeah, the branches do not all while applying off campus. Your skills matter, and your resume matters, of course, and your skills. They do not look for branches. Like in on campus, branches are a criteria. Like mechanical engineering people cannot sit, but when I went to off campus drives, I saw people from a lot of other branches getting selected and yeah, acing the interviews. So your skills matter. That.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think we all got a lot of information that we weren't aware of. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.